Mary, hello. How are you doing? I got your work right here. Let's go and take a look. Got your logo, got your ads, and your business cards, and your letterhead. Good job. Wow, you went off here. This is fantastic. Really, really good effort. I love it. I think it's fantastic that you took the incentive to go ahead and assemble business cards. I think that really points to good experimentation and a really, really healthy work ethic in that you're taking your work and you're applying it in different usage just to see how it works. Of course, these weren't required for the final project. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. All right, let's get started. We got the logo, we got the ads. Let's start with the logo. I think the logo, it tells a very effective message. I do. I think it's superior to the first one. There's no question. The rebrand, no question about that. A couple of things I want you to keep in mind in logo development, and I think that right now we're looking at. Let me just see something real quick here. We're looking at right here just a little 5-point deduction based on. And my note is try to simplify by reducing the number of visual identifiers. Let me explain what that means. All right, so here's your logo, right? So think of the most successful logos you can. Think of Nike, Apple, Target, FedEx, etc., UPS. Think of the number of visual identifiers used in those logos. And quite frankly, those all employ one, maybe two visual identifiers. The FedEx logo has the counter space arrow and the type. That's it, and then color, and that's it. Uh, right now, Apple has the apple with the bite taken. That's it. So the Target has the target with the that's it, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that the most successful logos, and one of the things that we've learned throughout the weeks, especially in some of that supplemental information I gave on the logo, is that the more simple the logo, the more effective it's going to be. So the best way to simplify a logo is to reduce the number of visual identifiers. Right now, you've got at least four. You've got the house, that's one. You've got the type, kind of assembled like that, that's two. You've got the hands, that's three. Well, actually, seven or six. So four, five, six. Screwdriver, wrench, hammer. All right, all enclosed within the house. It's just a lot going on here, right? So my recommendation would be to try to simplify this logo a little bit. I think that another problem is that the typography. The typography kind of like sitting on top of the roof like that. I would just bring it down and assemble it right there. Okay, and the main thing definitely is to try to simplify. I think we could try to simplify the house, maybe just to include a roof, and simplify the interior elements to try to create a combination of hands and tools as opposed to showing hands and tools. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe a hand holding a tool. So if you take a hand and holding a tool and maybe just use this configuration here where this and indicating the roof, that way you're not explicitly saying, okay, here's a house, here's some tools, here's a hand, here are the hands, here are the roof. A lot of times, and the best way I think I can explain this is, how do you indicate fire without drawing a fire? And to me, I use that example all the time. So as a graphic designer, you want to kind of create a visual shorthand. So somebody says, or tree, okay? So how do you represent tree without actually drawing a tree? Do you see what I'm saying? And those exercises really, really help with conceptual development and planning of logo design, where you're actually using a shorthand language to communicate. Right. So again, I think that just the problem here, and again, it's just a simple 5-point minor deduction for and the note there is to try to simplify. Okay, great job on the business card. Really good job. That's good grouping, great hierarchy. Nice job. Excellent. The ads are really, really text heavy. And listen, I'll tell you what, let's do this little test, Mary. All right. Think about the ads that we have included. All right. Think about the examples that I've posted. Think about all of my comments and recommendations and critiques based on the ads that students have submitted during discussion board. The main thing, and the one thing we see over and over and over again, is that the best and most effective ads. And here's my test for you. If you think of the top 3 ads that you think are the most effective throughout the 8 weeks of the class, right? And I'll bet you the top 3 ads, I'll bet you all 3 of them have very, very limited text. And I'm not saying not to use text in a magazine ad. I'm saying that this is just too much. What happens here is if somebody sees this ad, they're going to see all this text and they're going to go, oh, wow, that seems like a lot of work to read. And that, in a nutshell, is why we tried to create a conceptual relationship between imagery and message as opposed to spelling things out all the way in text. That's an old school technique, right? In contemporary design, we try to create message via image and limited text, so we get a nice synergy between the two. And text-heavy ads just don't work anymore. I mean, they haven't in a while. Think about that. Remember that Isaac Newton Apple ad with all the text in it? Remember how everybody commented on that? It's like, there's just so much text. The same kind of thing here. The problem I think here is that it will scare viewers away as opposed to bringing them. A great idea is to try in advertising design is to assemble an image and incorporate the type right into the image as opposed to on the side of a separate area. Right? This could almost be construed as two different ads, one here and one here. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is construed. I'm saying it could be, right? So the best formula for ads is really incorporating type in a synergistic manner with image. And quite often that has, and if you think of some of the examples and go ahead and look at the examples, type is incorporated right in the image, not placed to the side or in a sidebar like this, okay? And again, right there, we just have another very minor deduction, and that one is -5 for considering reducing the amount of text, okay? That leaves you at 115 out of 25, solid A, good job. Okay, letterhead, again, looks good, nice work, and thank you for the extra, the incentive of adding that extra. I really appreciate it. Okay, Mary, great job. 115 out of 125, solid work. Okay, moving forward, where are we? Class is done, right? Great job. You're a good student. I've enjoyed your presence in class. I want to reiterate the importance of taking that evaluation, that student evaluation. There's the information's in the course announcements. Remember, I went over it a couple of times, but it's right in the course announcements. So if you would take that student evaluation, I would really, really appreciate it. It only takes a minute or two, so that would be greatly appreciated. Also, moving forward, feel free to keep my contact information, and don't hesitate to contact me for any of your future education needs, whether it be, if you want another set of eyes on your work, I can provide critique. If you need design advice, or if you just want to pop in one day and say hi, that would be fantastic. Definitely looking forward to seeing you in future classes. And if I can provide any, if you have any questions, comments, clarifications, or if I can provide any clarity in any way, shape, or form, don't hesitate to let me know. All right, great class. Thank you very much, Mary.